Hello everyone, welcome to the premiere edition of GradSpeak, Higher Ed in Plain Language, where graduate students at the University of Colorado Boulder step out of the ivory tower and translate their academic work into something we can all understand. I'm Hugo Cordova, your host and a graduate student myself in journalism and mass communications. With me here today is Daniel Higgs, a doctoral student in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry and the founder of a new company that will be growing algae on the roof of a local brewery. Welcome, Daniel.
Hi, thank you. Nice to have me.
Nice to have you. It's nice to have you here too. So tell me about this company. What's it called?
So the company that I co-founded with a few friends is called Superior Ecotech.
Mm-hmm. And what does it do?
So what we do is we help breweries reduce their CO2 emissions by growing algae on their roof. So a few years ago, I was talking to some brewers and I realized that they want to be really sustainable, but they struggle. And one area in particular is CO2 emissions. So by putting a greenhouse on their roof, we can soak up the CO2 with algae and we can make valuable products from that.
So you brought some models here to show how the process is actually done. Why don't you explain it to us?
Sure. So we've designed the perfect greenhouse for growing algae in a small space. So we grow algae very efficiently. So we have a water pool here at the bottom, and in that we put nutrients and a small amount of algae. We then have a frame over the top of that which a conveyor belt sits on. So here's a better picture of what that looks like. So over time, the algae that we've put in the bottom sticks to our conveyor belt and it grows very fast and very efficiently. We also put an optical filter over the whole top of the greenhouse to enhance the algae growth.
Why don't you scale this for me? How big is this at the top of the brewery?
So this is about 6 foot tall by about 20 foot long and about 5 foot wide. Okay. So we're going to start off at upslope with one of these modules and then we're going to expand as we go on to create more of these kind of mini greenhouses.
So what do you do with the algae that's produced?
So once we've grown the algae, we harvest it and then we need to extract the valuable omega-3 oils. And that looks something like what we have here in this little container here. Okay. From that point, we can either sell it to companies that incorporate those omega-3 oils into foods, such as vegan fortified milks or butter spreads or whatever, or we can actually put it into a pill, just like this one, for people that currently take fish oil or would like to take a vegetarian or vegan equivalent to that. So this one I got specifically for you, so feel free to take that and be healthier.
Well, I appreciate it, Daniel. This is pretty awesome work, and I understand that you've also developed a Kickstarter video for this new Kickstarter campaign you're launching and hope to fund this project. And we actually have that video, so why don't we take a look at it?
Sure. At Superior Ecotech, we're using algae to turn CO2 emissions from breweries that would otherwise cause climate change into oils that make you healthier. Hi, I'm Daniel Higgs. I'm originally from the southwest of the UK. I'm one of 5 kids, and I came to the USA a few years ago to study a degree in chemistry here at the University of Colorado Boulder. When I wasn't studying hard, I tasted the local beers and really fell in love with them. After talking to brewers, I learned that although brewers work really hard to be green, they could be greener. When beer is fermented, CO2 is produced and released into the atmosphere. This CO2 causes climate change, which is clearly not a good thing. So I got with a few friends and we came up with the idea of growing algae plants in a greenhouse on the roof of a brewery. We realized that we could pipe the CO2 from the beer fermentation tanks up to our algae greenhouse where the algae would soak up the CO2 and convert it to natural omega-3 oils. These omega-3 oils are non-GMO, sustainably sourced, vegan, and are really good for you. We spent the last 5 years working with a local startup called WaveTech and the University of Iowa State, where we've developed the perfect algae technology. We're now ready to build this at a local brewery. Upslope is a local brewery that's very green, and when we approached them with our idea, they really loved it and wanted to help out. They have the perfect rooftop space for our algae greenhouse, they're entrepreneurial like we are, and they love beer as much as we do. We're here because we really need your support. We're here to raise $10,000 to build the USA's first algae greenhouse at a brewery. We have the location, the technology, and the know-how. All we need now is your help. So the main thing you'll get from supporting our Kickstarter campaign is the knowledge that you're doing good reducing CO2 emissions. Also, we've created some awesome prizes on the side of the screen here for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for your support.
Hey Daniel, that looked terrific. And I understand that even before you're going to get the money from this Kickstarter campaign, you've already accomplished something pretty big, haven't you?
Yep, that's right.
So tell me about this competition you just won.
So We wanted to raise lots of money to build as many greenhouses as we could, so we've been competing in several different business plan competitions recently. Now, in order to make sure we had some money to build something at Upslope, we did the Kickstarter campaign. But about 3 weeks into the Kickstarter campaign, we competed in the CU Clean Tech New Venture Challenge competition, and we ended up taking first place.
Wow, and how much money was there in the competition?
So it was actually quite a big check. It was $100,000 cash prize.
It's not a bad payday. It's a lot of algae you can buy with that much money.
Yeah, that's right. We're planning on using that money to build a really super cool greenhouse at Upslope, and then also have some money to spend on lawyer fees for some IP and some protection of the innovations that we have here.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you tell us about that process? What's you and your team's very next goal with this new money, and tell me what's on the horizon for Superior Ecotech?
Sure. So in doing these competitions, we have to answer those questions exactly. So we spend a lot of time kind of developing what our business plan is moving forward. So for us right now, the plan is to build this summer at Upslope. We're going to have a 1,000 square foot greenhouse, inside of which we're going to put at least one, if not a few of these little modules here. Then moving forward, we would actually need to raise some money to build a much bigger facility at either a larger brewery or potentially a different CO2 emitting partner.
Well, Daniel, our time's about up. Thank you very much. I wish you the best of luck in your venture.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you all for tuning in to watch this inaugural edition of GradSpeak Higher Ed in Plain Language. Have a great day.